And we should be live. All right.
Hello, world. I might be dying.
If I die a little bit, I apologize.
This is my letter. Um, what was I doing? Right. Just gonna look up the channel on Twitch. Why does Twitch never want me to find anything I want to find?
Twitch is fickle.
Yeah. I've been occasionally getting the phone app to work for me nowadays, which I'm very happy about.
Ooh.
I don't know what's going on with Twitch, but it's been working less and less with me, and it makes me sad.
Oh, man.
I think all of my viewers got a message sometime while I was at work on Friday about a stream that I streamed on Thursday night. So they're like, "Hey, how are you streaming at work?" I'm like, "I'm not."
Oh, Twitch.
Oh, man.
You know, I meant to look up...
You know what? I think the preamp thing was this PreSonus. PreSonus Digimax. Yeah, that looks like it. $400.
I was wondering when the Final Fantasy V Forge Out Fiesta is. It's not until June.
Man, I need to get back to that game. I want Nintendo to license everything to Sony so I can get everything on the DS and 3DS on my Vita. I like the Vita too much at this point, I think. I think it's a detriment to my game playing now.
I wonder if the Twitter bot is still up. I don't remember his name.
Moobot?
Some sort of Gilgamesh bot.
Oh, right, Gilgamesh bot. That's right.
I don't remember what the Twitter is. I'm trying to... Oh, the NeoGAF thread is still up. Gilgabot.
That is it.
Oh, it's FF5 for Futures. Oh no, the Twitter bot doesn't work after the Fiesta's closed.
Makes me sad.
Lame.
Just program a random algorithm to randomly select it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I wonder if someone has one out there where you can just... I feel like someone had a website out there during it if you didn't want to use the Twitter bot because you weren't going to do something official. Crap. Interesting. I shall have to investigate later. Alright, let's get out of that. Let's retweet this business, do that, okay. Alrighty, is everybody ready to start this thing?
Okay, wait, there's one more news story I bet we could put in here.
Ooh, okay.
Although I don't know hardly anything about it. The Mine Zero stuff?
Oh yeah, I don't know too much about that, but is Atlas publishing that? Or is it Xseed?
Let me... I guess the Japanese devs are Zero Div and Acquire and where it's not. Come on, tell me.
This is like the sleepiest intro we've ever done to the show.
Screw it, no one cares about Mine Zero. Move on.
Not yet.
I want to say it's XC.
Probably. I feel like Atlas would have already announced it if it was
Yeah.
them.
I would have had an email from Atlas, and all they've
Yep.
emailed me about lately is Conception.
I already have Conception 2 pre-ordered.
I already have it.
I don't really know too much about it, but it seems like the goofy type of game that I can really get behind.
They pretty much said kind of like Persona, so
Hmm.
that was kind of their explanation. They're like, "Do you like Persona? Do you like monsters?
I do.
Okay, then
Get
jump
Conception
in."
2.
I was like, "Okay, you sold me. You said Persona."
You had me at Persona.
Completely wrong. It's Axis.
Ah,
Oh.
I'm writing it.
Axis is kind of coming up as a pretty interesting company to watch. For a long time, they were just bringing out like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear games, but now it seems like they're kind of expanding into fun things that Atlas and XC didn't get to first. Okay. We good?
I'm good.
Start this slow boat to hell. I mean, yay, pup. Woo!
Yay! Woo!
Alrighty. Hello to everyone in watching live stream / in chat. Thank you for joining us. Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Picking Up the Pixels, RPG Love. I'm your host, Boston. Over there is Musum.
Hello.
And over there is Mina.
hi.
I don't think we have anything to talk about at the beginning, so let's move right into Musum. What you been playing?
I've been playing all brand new games that just came out.
It's a brand new day for Pup.
Might be a complete. Oh wait, ooh, I do have one new game on here. Okay. The others, everyone probably guessed. But so I started playing the Banner Saga.
Oh man, I haven't bought that yet.
It's, okay. Well, maybe I should start at the beginning. The Banner Saga is, I mean, as everyone has probably already heard, a gorgeous visual game that has just really cool animation in it. I should warn you, it is, because of its indie nature, like the animation is mostly limited to battle. They have kind of like during conversations, they have kind of that JRPG equivalent where the character will like blink or something every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have a repeated motion that the guy will do while he's talking, that type of thing. So Banner Saga takes place in this world of Varls, which are giants and men. And the first sentence in the game is something like, "The gods are dead." But it's weird because they don't have a voice actor doing it, so you have to kind of make your own.
Yeah. Make your own Viking voice.
Yes, make your own impending voice with it. The gameplay tactics in it is really super different than anything I'm used to. I've heard people online say it was easy, but I spent like an hour or two trying to get the ins and outs of it in the training room. It's just so weird because you have two stats on each guy. You have your strength / health stat and your shield stat. So the more your strength / health is damaged, the closer you are to dying and the less damage you'll do when you attack someone. And the lower your shield, the more damage they can do to that stat. And then they have a bunch of unit tabs. There doesn't appear to be class changing, but all the unit types have really interesting powers, and a large portion of the game is about maneuvering and trying to keep their guys away from yours and just going after one of their guys for the first time. Like you have a human guy with a spear who he can hit guys from 2 tiles away, or he can walk up to a guy and do a move where it looks like he stabs him in the foot and then kicks him, and the guy gets knocked back a square. And then he takes like a penetrating damage after that too. So like that guy can be used to knock a guy closer to your Varl, your giant guy, and then your giant can freaking kill him.
Smush him.
But yeah. But yeah, no, I got my butt handed to me like the first battle, which was supposed to be really easy, just because I did not understand it, and you can't play it like Final Fantasy Tactics, really.
Yeah.
Where you can take a little bit of damage and be all right, because you kind of don't want to take any damage. But once you spend some time in the training room, I think the combat system's a lot of fun. I'm only a few hours into it. The story is really, really like the writing's kind of on and off to me, because there's a lot of it, and it feels like a game that needs voice acting. And I know that's probably not an affordable thing with the amount of text in this, but like a lot of the times they'll show a character portrait, and then the dialogue will go, and I'll get a voice in my head for that character, and then a couple sentences later they'll spout off something that doesn't go with the voice in my head, so then I'll have to change it up, and it's a little jarring.
A little inconsistent, it almost sounds like.
Yeah. I guess your guys can die in it. I'm not really sure about that, but
Like a permadeath?
yeah, but I'd like when it happens in battle, your guys are just wounded for a few days, so I'm guessing it's some of the end-game decisions that do it. The end-game decisions that they give you are all really horrible, like like really, really bad. It's gosh, and like they make me like I'll make the decision and then I'll quit the game because I'm like, this can't have been a good decision.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, no, that's not Alt F4. I can't. That was wrong.
And it doesn't like give you save stuff, so you're just kind of stuck with whatever you get unless you want to start the game over. Like the last decision I made, there's some city that had locked us out, and like the big enemy in the game is called the Dredge, I believe, and they're these weird like armored knight mechanical things that just kind of walk around trying to kill everything. And so this group had kind of encountered it at their camp and kind of fled and get to this other city where the gates are locked. And you're like, well, what should I do? I'm going to try and get the guards' attention. Okay, that didn't work. I'll try one more time. That didn't work. Okay, well, let's sneak in the back and kill a few of their guards and open the gate so we can get our guys in. And we get in, and a guy comes up to me. He's like, oh, your guys are dead. And I'm like, what? No, they aren't. And
wait, hold on.
And he's like, okay, here's the deal. You either help me, you go help my enemy, or you leave. And I'm like, I don't like any of these. I'm just going to leave. And I hit that, and then it switched characters. I'm like, well, maybe that was a bad decision. So then I quit the game, and I haven't really played since. That was a couple days ago. And I'm trying to just convince myself to go with whatever I decided and just move on. The other weird aspect about the game is how things level up, because they don't happen during battle or anything like that. But as you kill guys and make decisions, you gain renown. Renown is a spendable resource. You can spend it on items and weapons and leveling your guys up.
Interesting.
Your guys cannot level up unless they have killed a certain number of guys to level up.
Weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. And kind of the menu layout for the level up screen when you're back at camp is pretty weird too. Like the buttons are like the exit buttons in like the top left corner. I don't
That's not where that goes.
Yeah, that's weird to me. It should be right bottom center. Like,
yeah.
It took me forever to find it the first time, but it's I think it's a really cool game. I think they're selling it for like what, $20, something like that.
Yeah, I just looked up on the Steam store. It's 25 or it's like 27 with the soundtrack. And it has a 4-pack. Is there some sort of co-op or versus or something?
That's weird. Like, well, I'm pretty sure they have a free-to-play multiplayer aspect to it, but maybe it's not free-to-play.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that's that part that's... I don't remember. Yeah, they caught a lot of flack, because this was originally one of the first few big Kickstarter successes, and then everyone was looking forward to it. It's like, oh, it's an indie Final Fantasy Tactics. This would be awesome. And I remember them coming out, I think it was the middle of last year. They're like, now it's a free-to-play multiplayer MMO thing. And everyone's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, the real thing's coming later. So don't worry. This is just,
Yeah.
This is the fun stuff beforehand. Everyone's like, I don't want this at all.
Yeah. Like that exact thing happened, but they actually did say, we're talking about Banner Saga. They actually did say that they were going to have a multiplayer aspect that they were going to release first. So like they did everything they said they would,
Yeah.
but no one remembered that, myself included.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't like the combat system's neat, but I don't think it's multiplayer neat.
Yeah.
It
It sounds like at least they're trying something different with the, the standard SRPG format. Different leveling, kind of different.
Yeah.
It's not 2 bars health and mana, and then. It sounds at least like a bit of a different take.
Yeah. I really like it. The soundtrack is by Austin Wintory of Journey fame.
Ooh.
And would be worth paying that extra $2 to get.
Yeah.
I haven't listened through the whole thing. Isn't that what you said? It was $25 for the game, $27 for it with the soundtrack.
Something like that, 27, 28.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it came with my Kickstarter. I haven't listened to the whole thing because I just want to experience it in game first.
Yeah.
But it's gorgeous music. It fits the tone of the world because, like, the world of the Banner Saga has stopped spinning.
Oh.
So half of the world is in this wintry sun horrible stage, and the other half is in complete darkness where the Dredge typically hang out.
Wow.
So
now I have to go back to play Journey again.
Gosh, yeah, it's a neat game. I'll get back to it. Played a little bit more of Rogue Legacy. I still can't beat the first boss.
All the bosses in that game are, I think, even before the latest patch, I think they're almost a little too hard. Because there's just such a steep difficulty curve where you're like, yeah, I can get to this boss pretty easy, and then you get hit once by the boss and you're dead, and you're just like, wait, what? Wait, how'd that happen?
Like, I think I've got the eyeball half out of his health, and my other problem is I keep activating I'll remember the first 2 or 3 times to keep activating the architect, and then the 4th time I will completely forget.
You just wander right into the castle.
It'll give me this class. Will be like, yes, this guy has that freaking fireball rotating thing that'll always be hitting the eyeball. This will be great. And I forgot to hit the architect.
Son of a.
Yeah. But that's a neat game. I've only put a few more hours into it, if that. So
the trick I found for the eyeball is to keep hitting him as you're circling around him, and then as you're going above him, do that downward stab hoppy thing, sort of over the top of him. And that helped me a ton.
Oh.
I did it way different.
Oh yeah.
I mostly stuck to basically running across the ground and just basically dodging his little, what do you call them?
Like the bullet hell things.
Whatever those things.
Yeah.
I just kind of followed it around and slowly would work up around it, and then I drop back down to the floor, and I just stick to that angle, and I just swung my sword at him like that. And
that makes sense.
Because you want to kind of stand on one of those ledges to get at him, but I don't know. I just found it better to just kind of rotate around with his little eyeball fireball thing.
Yeah. I'd been circling him completely, where it's just no.
I never went above. I never even went past eye level.
He does those one steady stream attacks, and I have to jump up on those ledges to dodge them, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now you have 2 different methods to try out.
I will attempt those. I don't know. I unlocked the first level of the thing where I get to keep 10% of my gold now when I die. So
that's great.
That's a huge help.
That makes me feel less horrible about dying. And I'm really enjoying how all of the ninja stuff descriptions end with "believe it."
Yeah. Oh man, that's such a good touch.
It makes me want to rewatch Naruto. But who has time to rewatch a 500 episode anime? Let's see. I've been eating my comfort food Persona 4 a bunch lately. On the second playthrough, choosing all the options I couldn't choose before in the dialogue.
You're playing Golden, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm hoping to. On this run, my goal is to unlock all the social links so I can get that special persona.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but I'm not sure if I will be able to max out that one possibly spoiler character's social link. Because I keep forgetting he's there and not doing it. But I'm only in like we just did the summer camp out, so I have time,
Yeah.
and I've almost have most of my party maxed out already. So
Yeah. The
um,
rest of them, if I remember, are pretty easy after your party stuff.
yeah, it's nice going into that game with max stats and just doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like I almost had all of Elizabeth's requests freaking done immediately. It was like one dungeon run. Okay, I got a bunch of money, and hey, I saved all these personas that meet the requirements she's
Yeah.
looking for,
Start pulling them out.
except for number 8.
Oh,
So we'll just wait till I'm leveled up enough to fuse that, which is another thing. Like I can't remember how Persona 3 did it, but other Shin Megami Tensei games typically let you fuse above your character level on the second playthrough. So it's a little bit sad they didn't keep that going on 4, but
yeah.
guess you can't have everything.
Oh man, 4 is so good.
Yeah, it is. I love that game. Going for Chie this time around.
The one true choice.
I well, now that I have the courage to do all those beginning options. That you
Oh,
can
that's
do,
true.
that was kind of my goal. But now I'm having the conundrum of do I side with the evil dude and date Chia because I feel like GA because I feel like that'd be an evil thing. But whatever. Maybe a little bit too into that game when I'm thinking like that.
It's okay. Persona 4 gets us all.
And I've also been playing what I've found to be the internet's favorite game that I talk about. And by favorite, I mean they really all want me to shut up about it. Is Warframe. Played some more of that.
Oh yeah.
The man, I have almost everything in that game.
Jeez.
I'm only missing like 3 or 4 frames, and they aren't ones that I like whole hog super want either. So I'm not really running out to get them. I guess they got a new frame they're going to introduce, and it's only going to be able to be made through the clan research labs. So lately, the goal has been to kind of get the materials that everyone thinks will make her, because they introduced like one new material that only drops from this one certain enemy, which is kind of a pain. Because it's like one of those enemies that'll suicide itself once it starts taking damage, and if it suicides itself, then you don't get the material. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I got to tell you, late game Warframe not as good as early game Warframe, or mid game Warframe.
Yeah.
The like the last Warframe I put together was Ember Prime, and to make Ember Prime, like they have these missions called Void missions, and you got to go earn keys and regular missions to go to the Void. And the idea here is the Void is where the original technology for the Warframes came from. But they've shoved so many exclusive parts for exclusive things that you make in these Void missions, that like the uncommon Void mission keys, it's a real pain in the butt to get the part you're looking for.
Bless you.
Like, I made over 1 million credits in the game looking for the last part for Ember Prime, which is absurd. It's like on one, I don't know. It took forever, and it might have burnt me out a little bit on it, but I'm still it burnt me out to where I'm not spending a full-time job worth of hours in it every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shoved exclusive parts. The other Jay-Z was maybe I don't know. I'm half asleep today. They were talking in
Musum's
chat.
over there fighting off a cold, so
Yeah, no, they just have a bunch of stuff. Like in Warframe, they have a series of weapons and frames that they end with the word Prime. And these you cannot buy with real money in the store. You have to go earn them in these special levels. So, like the capture mission that Ember Prime's on, there's literally like 4 or 5, like there's one frame and like 3 or 4 weapons in it. And The problem is you have a blueprint for each of these things, and then you have 2 to 4 parts for each of these things, and you only get one of those things every time you run the mission.
Oh man.
So, like, the 1 out of 3 Emperor parts I needed was just a nightmare to get. Like, I have stuff to make a bunch of other crap I don't even care about right now. So, but that's all I've been playing.
All right, Mina, what was on your plate this last month?
Well, I had to format my computer a couple of times, so I lost a good chunk of what I've been playing, but I'll do what I remember. I played more Torchlight 2 with friends. We had to redo several missions. For some reason, it bugged out while we were playing it. Again, this multiplayer.
Oh man.
It doesn't want us to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the farthest I've ever been in Torchlight. We've gotten to. There was the new city we arrived at last month, and now we're at another new city, like desert and sand everywhere. So, I don't know how far I'm in Torchlight because never beat it. I'm doing a prismatic bolt ember mage, which means all I do is I hold down the one button for prismatic bolt and just fire the bolts over and over and over and over and over, and hopefully everything dies, or hopefully I outlive whatever's trying to kill us. I don't know if I don't know if like if that isn't your thing, you should probably not do prismatic bolt ember mage because that's pretty much all there is to that chunk.
Yeah, I think when I played, I picked the engineer.
That's probably the better choice.
Yeah,
you get all those little pets and
yeah, and you get kind of really great. Melee capabilities too, where you have that cool bar you fill up to do more crazier attacks.
Right. And plus it's a class that's basically the tank and can be a really good DPS, and it has its own little self-cure bot and everything. It just seems to work.
Yeah.
It's so versatile. It's probably the better choice. So I played Torchlight 2. The other thing I played recently is Starbound, which just did its last character wipe for the beta.
Yeah, I can go back to playing Starbound.
Yep, that's basically what everybody said when that patch was done. It was like, everybody get back in.
Yeah.
Play it now. There can be and probably will be still world wipes.
Yeah.
But everything on your ship and character won't be wiped. So
that seems fair.
Yeah. Well, it's because they keep doing stuff to the worlds and implementing things into the worlds, so they can't really keep them the same.
And it's still a beta, so
it is.
You know, there has to be some sort of volatility there.
Yeah, and they underline that, but they do understand that the character wipes it had to be stopped.
Yeah.
Because how disheartening is it when you start getting your character fully built and stuff, and then it gets wiped, even though it's a beta. Even though.
Yeah, it's still kind of a little. it sort of hurts you a little bit.
It does. I've gotten a lot of people to start playing this, and they have just jumped way ahead of where I am in the game. Like I this one person was like, "Tell me how to play this game." I'm telling them how to use the crafting menus. I come back 2 days later. I have a sword that does maybe 12 damage. He's got a sword that does 1,500 damage. He's like, "Hi, Mina. Hey, do you want something?" I'm like, "Oh my god,
oh man,
I'm behind." He's like, he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. He's like, "Look at what I can do. Tell me how to do this." I was like, "You're ahead of me."
Yeah, you're kind of.
You're gonna have to teach me.
Oh man.
So, gosh, I really like Starbound, and if they ever give me the opportunity to buy more 4-packs or whatever packs for people, I would do that again.
Yeah.
Have you tried out any of the mods for it?
I actually have. The modding community, it's so easy too. There's a folder. I'm gonna tell you how this works. Simple. There's a folder inside Starbound that says mods. you take mods wherever they may be off of anywhere on the internet, you drop them right in there.
Oh,
You're
nice.
done. It's modded.
Nice.
Wow.
So, so like we wanted to make like more races and stuff. So there was this mod to add like I don't know 50 more slots of races,
Oh,
and
wow.
then yeah, you just find a race that you like and you drag it in there and drop. Um, there's some cool mods like there's the Shoryuken mod that I really like. It's like you have your mining axe and stuff or whatever, or you could just go Shoryuken and just blast the giant hole in the wall. Oh my gosh.
Mods.
The mod community is amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is going to be like and like when this game goes live because
Yeah.
and the devs are actually I don't know if we talked about this before, but they've been frequenting Reddit and people are like talking to them and like hey do this or that and just adding some of the things that is a really good idea, like upgrading your ship. That was something somebody made a mod for, and they were like, "That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Should do that."
That was
With,
one
like-
thing I was disappointed in when I bought the beta and I started playing. I was like, "Oh, how do I upgrade my ship?" And everyone was like, "Oh, you can't." I was like, "Well, what? Why am I playing this then? I want this like space juggernaut that I visit all
Oh.
these planets in."
Yeah, now there's like it can cover your entire screen. Oh, I don't know if did we talk about this last? We probably did. I'll talk about it again. You can go so high up in the world map that you can actually reach your ship again. So you can actually go from surface to all the way up into the space.
Yeah.
Space. and just climb into your ship from ground up.
That's
you have
awesome.
to yeah, I am they thought of a lot of stuff on their own for this game, but I'm really loving it. I think that if you're a type of person who likes the Minecraft or Terraria or some sort of building sort of game and just sandboxy, this is probably a really good game to pick up.
I'd actually recommend it for people that don't like Minecraft or Terraria like I don't. Because what I really like about Starbound is it gives you a lot more direction right out of the gate. They give you like these really small missions to kind of get you started with crafting stuff and going down the planet and fighting enemies instead of the problem I had with some of
There's
the other
nothing.
games. They just sort of let you loose and it's like, I don't know, figure it out. It's like I don't even know how to make things. What do you want from me?
Yeah, that is true. It actually has like some sort of tutorial as opposed to nothing.
Yeah, and I think Terraria has a basic tutorial now, but it didn't back at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, I generally feel like that too. Like the South Park episode where the parents have to learn Minecraft to watch their murder porn. Like they I just remember that moment where Randy first gets in Minecraft and Randy's like, "Wait, what do you mean? You just build stuff? It's all you do in here?"
I really like Starbound.
Yeah.
The last game, and I won't talk too much about it because it's still not really out over here. Bravely Default.
Oh man,
I know.
I need it.
If you like Final Fantasy V, there's no reason to not pick this game up.
Yes.
Okay.
So excited.
I know I talked about last week before that it has a lot of campiness to it, and I still feel like it does, but that's not to its detriment. I think it does huge mood whiplashes.
That's what I've heard.
Much like Final Fantasy V, where it's like, oh, this person died, and then like on the very next few screens they're making jokes about something, and it's just like,
It's really weird.
I'm like, okay, we're talking about something super serious and sad, and suddenly we're now on boob jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, Japan.
I think what shocked me, like, there's been 2 moments in this game that has really, really shocked me that the game decided to go there. I really hope that they don't omit these things in the North American version.
From the reviews I've been skimming, pretty much all the reviews are like, "Oh man, this one part, like chapter 5 or something, is all I
Oh
know."
man, not even there.
Oh,
There's stuff happening before that where there's just this moment where I was like, really, we just did that.
yeah, that's where you guys went.
Okay. Well, and I'll talk about it more next month because I really feel like some of these I won't go into the full details, but there's just some moments where it's just like this game is really good story and making me care about something I just met
Yeah.
is pretty impressive.
Oh man, so
Uh,
close.
I think the only thing I will address because when people pick up this game, uh, whenever you see side quests, I highly recommend you save and do it.
Hmm.
Um, especially if you want other classes. Hint, hint, hint. Do
Yeah.
not skip the blue things, especially when it may lock you out of coming back to that area for a while. So
Oh, bummer.
do the quests.
So treat it
Please.
like Ni no Kuni, where as soon as you get all the quests, just do them all right then.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's and most of the bosses for the most part, like I'm having trouble with bosses, but it's kind of like that Final Fantasy 3 mentality I had where I was like, if I would just pick these other classes and play them,
Yeah.
probably would not be this stressed out.
But I have to level up these classes.
But I really want to level this one, but
That's my
the-
main problem. Whereas, like, I know I shouldn't be a thief right now, but I just have to level it up.
the bosses give you so much XP and job points that it's just like I want to level these up,
Yeah.
but you really should just switch to the other jobs that'll help you win. So a Bravely Default, I could not give this a higher recommendation. It's probably gonna be on people's Game of the Years unless something crazy amazing comes out.
Yeah.
It's just that good. And that's all I can remember that I played.
All right, I did play and finish the Bravely Default demo, which we talked a lot about last month too. That was really great, and we were talking about it before the show that I wanted to keep playing it to continue leveling up all the job classes, but then I had to remind myself, no, they don't carry over into the full game, so maybe you shouldn't do that at all. So, alas, but comes out on Friday. It's so close.
Yeah.
I did play the demo for Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, which really goes out of its way not to call it Final Fantasy 13-3. That demo was super short. I think with all of the cutscenes, it's probably about an hour. The main content where you're actually playing and battling is probably 15 minutes max. But it does really give a good taste of what Lightning Returns seems to be. The story's really confusing, though, I guess, in Final Fantasy 13 style of Lightning's back, and this town is gonna die, and there's 13 days until the end of the world, and Snow's a bad guy now, and I was just like, I don't even... Everything looks really cool, though, so at least we got that. The battle system seems really neat, though. I'm really looking forward to chewing through that, because it's basically Lightning has 3 different costumes on, and you switch between each one, and each one has its own ATB bar. So when one runs out, you just switch to the next one, and that probably has a full bar, and kind of interesting in how it does it. And it has costumes and job classes, so I know with 100% certainty that I will really enjoy it. 2014, the year of the job. So that comes out in like 2 weeks, I think? 2-3 weeks? Something like that. So, a lot of RPGs coming out very quickly. I played a bunch more Diablo 3 on 360. Still playing a ton of that. I only have 2 achievements left to go, and 1 achievement is almost done. The one that will kill me is to pick up 5 million gold. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do that,
How much do you know how much gold you've picked up so far?
1.3. So, and that's after playing for 50 something hours.
Oh my.
So I just need to figure out where a really good farming spot will be. Um, Apparently, I'm playing the wrong class to farm. They're saying, "Oh yeah, pretty much any class can farm this except for Demon Hunter." And I was like, "Ah, oh, damn it!" But they're so much fun. Um, so I don't know. I would really love to get 1,000 points in that game, but I also would like to play other things other than let's run through Diablo 3 on Inferno Master 1 and pick up all the gold I can. So we'll see. But still really great. There's been a lot of previews for the expansion coming out, and really, really excited to get my hands on that on PS4. And then go through all this again. Yay! And the last thing I played this month, I've been playing this over the last week. I bought myself an iPad mini lately, and I figured, well, now that my tiny hands can wrap around this thing in landscape mode, why don't I play Final Fantasy V for iOS? So I've been doing that, and it's a really weird version. You know, art style beside, I actually really like the art direction for all of the monsters. I feel like they did a really great job sort of cleaning a lot of those sprites up and making them look really, really nice, especially for the really big sprites. And enough has been said about how the characters look that I won't repeat that here. Just a lot of really weird stuff. I had to turn off 8-way movement almost immediately because I was just uncontrollable in the world, especially the beginning where you have the ghost ship area where you can fall through the floors. That was what
Oh man.
that was what broke me. Where I was just like, I can't. Oh, I just want to get through this area. This is the worst. But at its core, it's still Final Fantasy V, and it's still the same really great game. I really wish that it had iCloud support for backing up the saves, because I still feel kind of worried about something will happen to my iPad and I will lose my Final Fantasy V save. But I don't know how realistic that is. But art style beside, I feel like this is probably the second best version you could get after the Game Boy Advance one, because that's by and far the best one. But if you have an iOS device, especially an iPad, and you've always been curious about Final Fantasy V, I'd say pick this version up and kind of ignore how the characters look. It's still the same translation from the Game Boy Advance one, which is great because that one was really good. And it's still the same great job system. You kind of can't go wrong with solid Final Fantasy V, one of my favorite Final Fantasies out there. Until they do like an HD remake of 12, and then, that'll be my new favorite. But yeah, other than that, I haven't been kind of a quiet month for RPGs. So let's take our first break. All right. Yay, Pop.
I'm gonna go get more caffeine.
Okay.
I could probably use the same actually.
I should probably take a break and walk around a little bit here.
You guys can enjoy the little Moogle sitting here while I'm gone.
Ooh, I'm the only one here, huh? How's everyone in the audience?
Alas. Love you too. Alrighty.
Ah. Oh man. So what you been reading lately, Boston?
I have been reading, book-wise, I've been reading this great series by Patrick Taylor. It's this called the Irish Country Village series. It's basically a cozy series about this very small Irish village. Comics wise, I've been reading the majority of the X-Men stuff that's been coming out and catching back up on the Adventure Time comics because those are great.
Oh man, I haven't read any of the Adventure Time stuff.
They're really, really good. If you like the show, the comics are basically long form episodes because one story will stretch over like 4 issues.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they've been coming out with black and white. Sort of, they've been calling them graphic novels, but they're like one story that'll be like 130 pages. It's been really good.
Mm.
And the X-Men stuff continues to be really, really great.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the X-Men stuff. I am Uncanny and All New X-Men are my titles of the month, and I'm afraid to read the others because I'm afraid I will like them just as much.
X-Men Legacy is really good. But
that's the one that stars Legion, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of weird, in a way that I think most people won't like it. I'm surprised it has made it this far.
Does he still have 3 personalities?
He has like 400 at the moment.
Okay.
it's insane. The all-female X-Men team, the mainline X-Men, has been really interesting. It's kind of wrapping up a storyline that I haven't really enjoyed. Because I don't know the character that they're fighting against, but which one's Uncanny? Is that the
That's the
Nightcrawler one?
Cyclops-led team.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Uncanny, isn't it?
Yeah, because
I don't remember which one.
I think Amazing is
Nightcrawler's-
the Nightcrawler one.
Is it? Is it not straight up X-Men?
No, that's the all-female team.
Okay.
And then there's
Yeah,
one
I'm
more.
not a. I
Wolverine
really,
in the X-Men. That one's really good too.
I really kind of hate Jubilee, which is part of the reason I've been staying away from the all-female team one.
I actually really like her in this incarnation.
Well, and that's funny because my first bit of open-mindedness to that character was the Battle of the Atom story. Like, that story was so much fun, and her character, and it was actually good. It was cool seeing her get united with her future son. I mean, that was kind of awesome.
Man, Battle of the Atom was really good.
Yeah. Such a fun. I wish all big events could be that fun.
Yeah.
And just take like unrestricted glory in just being like, yeah, we're going to put so many time holes in this that we aren't keep tracking.
You said we couldn't fit any more X-Men in there. We proved you wrong.
Here's Iceman with a beard.
Yeah. Man, that was a pretty fun series because I'm really enjoying I think Wolverine and the X-Men is probably my favorite out of all of those, and I really like All New X-Men and Uncanny X-Men. I like all 3 of them.
Yeah, and I've started reading Wolverine and the X-Men, and I enjoyed a lot of the side characters in it,
Yeah.
but I just hadn't continued for one reason or another.
It sort of lags in the middle, but it just wrapped up a pretty good storyline that came out of the Battle of the Atoms stuff.
Okay. Phew.
Dimebag315 in chat asks, "Are you interested in the remake of Final Fantasy X?" Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
all of us have it pre-ordered on something.
Yeah, I've got it on PS3 pre-ordered. I
Same.
sort of wanted to play it on Vita, but I don't know.
Yeah, my current plan is to buy it digitally for Vita when it comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
I should
excited.
get it digitally on Vita. I keep waffling back and forth.
I think
I
I
want
will
to stream
eventually.
it. I want to stream it, and if I stream it, I have to do it on the PS3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I know me and like Final Fantasy X with that sphere grid. I'm gonna want to spend a lot of time grinding that thing out.
Yeah, that's true. There's
And
probably an achievement for filling everyone's sphere grid up too.
ugh,
Those
what a nightmare!
monsters. I don't think I've looked at the achievements yet.
And like for me to do that, I'm not gonna do that in front of a TV. I need a handheld
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. The nice thing is it has cross save if I remember correctly.
Ooh,
So
March is an expensive
Switch and
month, so
swap.
I can't buy
March.
2 copies.
yeah, too much.
Like Infamous 2 and Titanfall
Oh,
and
Infamous 2 comes out in
Castlevania.
March.
Or wait, no, Infamous 2 is April 2nd, so it may as well
Thank
be
God.
March.
Okay. I forgot
Crazy.
that Lords of Shadow 2 comes out in March.
Sure, that's March. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be an expensive year.
Yeah.
Oh. Alrighty.
Next Dark Souls.
Yeah. Really? I want to pick that up.
Does that need to be on our list? Hold on.
I don't think it's coming out in February.
Well, but I'm wondering if it comes out the first week of March.
Oh, maybe.
Boston, are you still playing MOBA games like League of Legends?
No, I never really played them, but I always liked
Ah.
watching them. I don't know why. It comes out March 11th, so it's just missed by one
Oh, okay.
one
Oh.
week for this episode.
Yeah, I got to my pre-order and it's not actually telling me because I got the collector's edition because I have the collectors for the other Souls games and man, I really don't need this.
Oh,
wait, it has a map. I do need it.
I don't know. I was thinking about Dark Souls 2 this morning, where I loved Demon Souls and I played a lot of that, and I never finished it. I never played Dark Souls because I still had some PTSD from Demon Souls.
Yeah.
But man, maybe Dark Souls 2. I was watching Giant Bomb's coverage of it yesterday, and it just looks like it plays so smoothly. Man.
I'm just not watching any of the trailers at all, so I can just be surprised.
Yeah. I liked, because I got in on Demon Souls when it first came out, because it was an Atlas game, so I'm going to buy it. And when it came out, I was just like, wow, this game is really hard. And the communities, I liked being part of everybody being like, hey, if you go over here and you fall off the map, you'll find some really awesome item. And either it will be really funny because someone just killed you, or it will be a really great item.
Yeah.
Man, stupid
I need
games.
to get back. I need to get back to Dark Souls.
Yeah. I almost feel like I should start it at some point, but there's so much Dark Souls being played online right now, and I don't know if... And I'd almost like to stream it, because that's kind of half the fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would add anything to the conversation right now.
You really
Yeah.
don't have to. People love watching people stream that game.
That's
I
true.
brought in a ton of viewers who I didn't even know that were just enjoying it.
Enjoying your suffering.
Enjoying my suffering, also enjoying me not getting trolled, and they were sad because they thought I would die several times, but some very nice person was leaving go this ways on the ground
Oh, nice.
for me. So like there would be this one that says danger safe spot or something like that. It's like, what danger safe spot? What? And I'm reading it, and as I'm saying it, my chat's going, she's gonna get burned, and like that flame that comes down across the bridge.
Oh yeah.
The very spot I was standing was the last spot you could stand without getting burnt. So everybody erupted into sadness because they were like, "No, she lived."
If only.
So,
Man.
As fun as it sounds to me to have the whole world applaud my demise.
Yeah. Well, that's my favorite thing about those games, though. When you die, you're like, yeah, of course. Of course. Well, I won't do that again. Or maybe I will. I don't know.
Just if you get the PC version, get the Thanks Obama mod, and
Yeah.
dying will never make you angry.
Oh, man. Stupid mods. Alrighty, well, you guys ready to do this next segment here?
yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about this deluge of RPG releases for February 2014. We actually have more than one this month. Starting off on the 4th of February is Fable Anniversary for the 360, which is surprisingly only just a remake of the first one. I thought that they would kind of go back and
What?
do the whole trilogy. But
That's really weird.
and it's only
That
for
is-
the 360, not for the Xbox One either. So, very, very odd decisions.
Yeah.
Bravely Default comes out on the 7th for 3DS. I need it. I need it. Please. And right after that, a couple days later, is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, maybe -3, for the PS3 and 360 on the 11th. Which, man, I hope that's good. Everyone seems to like it. But, fingers crossed. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles comes out on the PS3 on the 25th, which I really don't know anything about.
It's the Symphonia and also its sequel, which Tales is not known for its good sequels, but but it is a HD kind of remaster to it, and it looks really good. So if you
Ooh.
haven't played Tales of Symphonia, or you want to play it again on a crisper looking system, you should probably pick that up.
Was Symphonia good? I remember hearing some good stuff about it.
Symphonia would probably be the one that most people would say is, as a collective whole, this was the one that was really good.
Hmm.
Because you'll get everybody has their own tales that it's like Final Fantasy almost.
Yeah.
Symphonia just all around is good though.
It's the first one I played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it for GameCube. So, I never beat it. I mostly watched my friend Dave play it, and he very much beat it.
My
but the
first
hard part
was
of that-
Vesperia, which I absolutely adored.
You should probably try Symphonia.
Okay.
It's more of the good stuff.
Yes. Speaking of more of the good stuff, Shadowrun Returns Dragonfall comes out on PC on the 27th.
Woo.
So that's the expansion for what used to be called Berlin that we've been talking about on the show since Shadowrun Returns came out.
Yeah.
And it improves a whole bunch of other stuff in the game. They sort of streamline some stuff. I think they also added saving anywhere in there too? Question
Yeah.
mark? Yeah.
And I think the patch for Saving Anywhere might actually come out before that game, but I'm not sure.
I think I did hear that, yeah. Yeah, they're kind of putting a bunch of improvements that don't rely on Dragonfall into the game proper, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited.
All games should have save anywhere.
They're they're allegedly going to improve the class I play too, which is
Ooh.
good because that class was the wrong choice.
Oh, man. And lastly, coming out on the 4th of March, hopefully, South Park The Stick of Truth for 360, PS3, and PC. Please come out.
That hopefully,
I
because
I just want to play it. I love Obsidian, and I love their games. I just want to play it.
I'm pretty sure the original release date for this was March of last year too.
I think, all joking aside, I think so.
Yeah.
Good times. All right, well, let's move on to a couple small news stories we have here. It's going to be an exciting release month for February, but kind of a quiet month for January. Square made a really great Final Fantasy 13 16-bit recap video that I wanted to point everyone at. It's like 8 minutes long, and they have some chiptune versions of Final Fantasy 13 tracks, and it looks like Final Fantasy 6. So you should go out there and watch that, because it's not really going to help you understand what happens in Final Fantasy 13, but at least it's really engaging, really cute.
You know what's crazy is I almost wish that was what the game actually looked like.
Yeah, I'd be 100% in for that, man. That'd be okay.
What if Final Fantasy is 15 the next one after 13?
Yes.
Because 14 came. What if 15 came out and was just a straight up 16-bit freaking RPG?
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine by me.
I pay like upwards of $100, I think, for Square to go.
Yeah, you wanna kickstart that business? I'll throw some money at you.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kickstarter, Yasumi Matsuno, coming back to the gaming industry, threw up a Kickstarter for Unsung Story, which basically looks like a standard Matsuno SRPG, which is really, really great, and really great to hear. He's brought along a lot of people. It has 13, at time of recording, has 13 days to go, and has raised $450,000 out of its $600,000. So hopefully it will succeed. I thought it would have already.
I thought that too. I might actually have to donate to this one then.
Yeah, I might have to as well. It has Akihiko Yoshida, the artist for Tactics Ogre, Vagrant Story, Bravely Default, among other things, and a whole bunch of other people. And I think Hitoshi Sakamoto just came on board. And one of the stretch goals is to have Alexander O. Smith translate the game in English. So people should pay to do that, because that Alexander O. Smith does a really, really great job. How much does that cost? $750,000. There you go.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's just their total goal is $600,000. They're at $454.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. So it's kind of nice to see Matsuno coming back and doing the genre that he does best, and hopefully it'll be his standard, epic kingdoms against kingdoms, brothers against brothers sort of storyline. Because, man, those usually turn out really great.
It'll be neat to just see him kind of unchained.
Yeah, exactly. Next news story here, we have tons of Persona Q trailers have been released since we last talked about it. I think we talked about that in December, maybe. And it seems like they come out with at least 2 trailers about every week.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes 4, if they're focusing on more than one character. Man, that game, I just really want to share that with people, because that game looks really, really great. And it's sort of chocolate and peanut butter, making both of those things really good.
Pretty much. They better frickin' bring it out here. I know Atlas has been good about that so far, but they are owned by Sega now, so first trial, Sega.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of what they said at the interview when they were asked, like, why bring up all this Personas stuff all of a sudden, shortly after Sega's acquisition. And Sega openly said, we want to make sure that the fans know that we're not taking away anything from Atlas, so
Yeah.
we're giving people what they want right now, and showing in good faith that we are dedicated to that company.
That they're not going to mess it up.
Right. So that's kind of why there was like a sudden rush of Persona news shortly after the whole Sega taking Atlas.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a
So-
good move.
And I feel like for Persona Q, I feel like there's a pretty good chance of that coming out here in the U.S., especially since Persona 4 was so big, and Golden was even bigger. And Etrian Odyssey 4 seemed to do really well for Atlas US, especially with the digital version, and especially after that Fire Emblem Etrian Odyssey 4 deal that they had. So I think if you tell a lot of 3DS SRPG fans that, hey, there's a new Persona and Etrian Odyssey coming out, then I think you kind of get both sides of fans. So that dancing one may not come out.
That's the one that, well,
Yeah.
it's on the Vita anyways, so
Oh,
if that
so-
came out in Japanese only, I mean, do you really need the English voice?
Probably not. Or they'll just come out and do a quick 8.4 translation job and just kind of release it digitally only or something.
Yeah.
And kind of call it a day. Yeah, man. Persona Q looks really, really great, and I'm glad that they're showing a lot of it to sort of bide their time to show instead of showing Persona 5, because that's what I really want to see.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's the only reason my PS3 is still hooked up.
Oh God, that thing's gonna have to stay hooked up for like another year, huh?
Yeah, man. And the last news story we have here that Musim threw here in the last minute is that Axis is bringing Mind Zero to the U.S. for the Vita. I don't know too much about this game.
It almost looks like a Persona clone to an extent because you play high schoolers who forges to read Joystick's article, who forges a pact with a mind, a supernatural being that grants its partner special abilities and magic. And party members have unique ones, which they can swap out, I guess.
Smokes, it does look like Persona.
Yeah, it does look a lot like... And that's okay. I'll play another Persona.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. I'm like, should I be upset about a Persona clone? Maybe, but it's coming to Vita digitally, and it'll be out before Persona 5. I need something.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks straight up like Persona. I don't care. I'll get it.
Yeah, I'll play that. Sounds like a good thing to me. Man. All right, well, that's all of our news stories for this month. Hopefully next month will be a little bit more crazy on the RPG front. But let's move on to emails here. We have an email from... Let me try and open this here. Chino. It says, "Hey guys, I was playing Digital Devil Saga, and during leveling up and distributing my points, I thought, hey, if Boston, Musim, and Mina were in an RPG and they were leveling up, which stats would they focus on? And the 5 stats he gives are Strength, Vitality, Magic, Agility, and Luck." Luck, maybe? Just because I'm the only guy that picks Luck in any RPG. I'm like, better loot drops, yeah! That never works out.
You never know. It could be weird, like, let's say Tactics Ogre's luck stat does something really, really strange that you wouldn't expect it to.
Something... Yeah,
I don't remember what.
I don't remember. It did something really funky, though.
Yeah. For me, I'd have to say probably either Magic or Agility, because I like Agility because that means I go first in the round.
Yeah.
And that I can dodge attacks. But I like Magic because I like having a spell that just gets everything over with.
Since I know what the stats do, I'd probably pour it into Magic and Luck, because I know Luck ups your critical and also involves your drop rate and stuff, and I do like drops.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go that way.
What game are we talking about? I missed the subject line.
Digital Devil Saga.
Yeah.
Oh, Digital Devil Saga?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if that's a serious question, Magic, all the way.
Okay. That's
Crap.
why I
no.
divvied him.
Yeah.
Digital Devil Saga Digital Devil Saga, like the PS2 one? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, if I remember, yeah.
The Cannibal Demons one?
Yep.
My favorite Shin Megami Tensei game, possibly, aside from Persona 4 and 3.
Yep, those ones.
God, that story's so insane. But the first game's a lot better than the second one. But anyway, yeah, no, you want your magic. Because your strength is just going to be how well you hit your guys, and when your guys get in there. Well, I say that strength might factor into eating your opponent too, because you need to be able to do that. The luck is always nice, but like if you go for the final, I forgot what they call them in that game. It's been so long. The mantras. Your mantras give you your power selections, and it's kind of in a sphere grid like system, except it's kind of a left to right thing. And if you get the final one that gives you immunity to all attacks, basically, except for whatever Megado is.
Almighty?
Yeah, Almighty.
God, that's weird that I know that.
Yeah, but it takes forever to get that one. But yeah, no, you want magic.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Twitter here. Della writes in, You were lamenting the need to get Lightning returns for the 360 instead of PS3. I was lamenting that on TVGP last week. Why? Are the save files imported? I don't think so, but I kind of always assume that when... I think because of Ratchet and Clank. But I said, hey, thanks for playing the other games in the series. Here's free money. So I sort of always assume / hope that that's a thing.
Well, and a lot of games do like little stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus had interactivity.
Yeah.
Um,
I
seems
don't think it does, but I kind of like staying on the same platform for multiple releases like that. And I know
did Metal Gear do any of that? That seems like something they would do.
I don't remember. I think if I remember correctly, Metal Gear Solid 3 did something where you'd get an additional option when you first started it up because you'd already played MGS2. Something weird like that. I don't remember. But I know the PS3 versions are way better than the 360 ones, but I kind of don't...
They really are.
Yeah, they really are, but I kind of... the demo looked really good and was very smooth on the 360, so hopefully it runs a little bit better than the previous ones. And if not, then I can go back through and play the entire Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, maybe live stream it. Everyone can see my suffering of like, what's the C? Wait, what is... whatever. So, oof.
Did you rewatch the ending of 13.2 to kind of get yourself in the mood for 13.3?
No, I was sort of thinking of doing that because in 13.3 there were some references to things that happened in 13.2 where I was just like, wait, that was super weird.
I watched my reaction to the ending of 13.2, and it's funny that my facial expressions on the screen were matching what I was doing at the same time. I was like, I had my mouth like this. I was like, and I was looking at the screen. I was like, oh, I am doing that.
It's like, what is happening?
Like I'd smile for a second, then I'm like, okay, this is super sad. Oh, this is really sad. Okay, what?
Now it's really weird.
What is going on in this game? What to be continued? Oh my god.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Ugh.
They threw that to be continued.
I was so mad. I forgot about that. And I really liked 13.2. Way better than the first one. Man, I forgot about that to be continued. Those monsters. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch that again.
The game has plot holes like...
Yeah, like nobody's business.
At some point you just give up.
Oh, man. Alright, our next tweet here is from the legendary Zoltan. Says, I was glad I played as Mila first because I liked Jude's story more. Save the good stuff for the end. So there you go, Mina. Maybe you're just saving all the good stuff for last. Oh man,
you were really selling yourself short if you do Mila's story, and it becomes more apparent when you actually play as any other character besides her.
Yeah. Poor Tales of Xillia. So misunderstood.
The second one is getting really high praises. I don't have they said that they're gonna translate that one over?
I think they said it's coming out later this year. I think they've said I'm fairly sure it's coming out here.
Good.
Because I think it's been getting such rave reviews in Japan. So
it is.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
That's unusual. The sequels are usually really bad.
Yeah, usually everyone's like, oh, yeah, maybe you can just skip that one. Next tweet from Gibbionator, submitting a question that he says, yes, I submitted this question to TVGP before, but it applies better here. Besides the clock puzzle from Final Fantasy 13-2, what's the worst puzzle in an RPG you've seen? So, yeah, clock puzzle is the undisputed ruling king of worst RPG puzzles. Other than that, man, that's a good question.
Yusum, help us.
Yusum, your only hope.
I'm trying. I can't. It's been so long since I played a game with puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm really good at puzzles is the thing, so I'm trying to think of one that stumped me.
The problem is, I think of puzzles I hate, and my mind always goes back to the Seventh Guest, which is not an RPG.
Yeah. Man, I mean, my answer always is 13-2. Because that clock puzzle was nonsense. Let's be nice.
I was really good at that, except for there was one that there was only two solutions that you could possibly have. There was only two, and any other combination was not going to work. And I was able to figure out every single one besides that one.
I actually really liked the other puzzles in that game, like the there was that one where you're that one with the
Connect the
multicolored
dots?
crystals. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot. Even though that was basically connect the dots. That was weird. And there was one more in that game, but I don't remember which one that is. Oh, one I actually really disliked, and it was dumb. The Ni no Kuni one, where you're playing the two characters at the same time and moving them through the like falling, with both sticks.
Yeah.
My brain could not, left brain, right brain thing. That just
I did not enjoy that. No.
could not. It was fun, and like I got it, but my brain was just saying I can't do
I'm
this.
glad they didn't make you do that a lot. It was just that one little area and it was over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Quest for Glory, like all the old Sierra games, had horrible puzzles in them. Like the worst
Yeah.
one I remember was that King's Quest V one, where like you walk into a screen and there's a building on it, and a rat goes across the screen, and the game kind of pauses like you're supposed to do something, but you have no idea.
And you're like,
It-
what?
Turns out you have to get a shoe from somewhere else, throw it at the rat so it walks in the building, and the person in the building freaks out and gives you like a cake or a knife or something.
Of course.
And it's
Why not? That makes
the
sense.
most absurd set of events, and that's just typical Sierra. So I know there has to be something in Quest for Glory like that, and it is not coming to me.
Oh, for me, I just remember this because we were talking about the Tales series. Tales of the Abyss, the warehouse cleaning ones, where they're basically the
Oh.
block pushing puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm the worst at those. Even looking up a guide, they're like push block two places up and 3 places right. I was just like, you've already lost me.
I'm usually really good at puzzles, so it's hard to think of something. I know that for me, I definitely, and I'm probably, I'm the only person. When I replayed 7, I really hated that snowboarding minigame.
Ugh.
I don't care if I'm the only person who hates that. I
It was really bad.
hated that. No, I
Oh.
hate almost all of 7's minigames.
Yeah.
Here's a puzzle I hate: Borderlands 2, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle side quest. After you take all them out and you go in and you have to get Splinter to fall out of the pipe.
Yeah.
And so you have these 4 switches you're
Oh, and
pressing.
you're just pressing them all around the room and stuff?
Yeah, and like each of them, like usually you can just randomly get it, but when you can't randomly get it, you're just
Yeah.
like ready to kill something.
Those are
'Cause-
my least favorite puzzles in a lot of RPGs, where it's like you have 4 switches and you need to get the right combo to turn them all to green. And it's just like, please don't.
Just give it to me. Who
Yeah,
cares?
can I just spend
This-
some gold and skip this?
You aren't going to give me any purple loot anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get anything out of this. Just, ugh. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones. Those are sort of my greatest hits of. I just want to keep playing. Just go away. Our next tweet is from Arctic Phoenix. Says, sends a list of games here and says, my poor wallet this month. Any insight on these titles? So let's go through each one of these. Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. I talked a little bit about that. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, but if he's gonna have Bravely Default on there,
I've given up on playing any of the Final Fantasy 13s, so
Yeah, you're probably better for it. Danganronpa? I never know how to pronounce that one.
oh that
I'm interested. I didn't know what that was until one of my favorite blogs. It's a handheld only blog called Tiny Cartridge. They posted a video the other day, and it looks like it's Phoenix Wright. So
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I don't even know what it is. So
It's how do you say it? Danganronpa,
Something.
Ronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That
That's
sort of thing.
that's very much an Atlas game.
hmm,
It's I don't know how to describe it.
it's an
It's like
NIS game, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not an SRPG, which is interesting.
I want to say it's a Chunsoft.
Oh, did they make it?
It's
Yeah, I've seen
published
their
by
name on their
NIS.
website.
Yeah, it's published by NIS. Um,
Oh, but Chunsoft made it?
yeah.
Well, now I have to go buy it. Crap. Since I
It,
love 999 and Virtue's Last Reward.
it's a murder mystery visual novel.
Oh, man. All of those words are just right in my wheelhouse.
So I I fully support any visual novel. That's just me though.
Yeah, I love visual novels. Well, hopefully it will sate our visual novel hunger until Virtue's Last Reward 2 comes out. Whenever
3.
that is. 3, that's true. 3. Ragnarok O Ace. I know very little about the Ragnarok series, so I don't know. I don't know if I could even get interested about this.
Is that the Vita thing?
I think so.
Sounds like it.
I think that's a Vita.
I've played the Ragnarok games, but I've never been one for like just loving them. So
Yeah, like the Monster Hunter style.
it's definitely Monster Hunter style.
Yeah, those never really clicked with me.
Yeah, there are very few RPGs I get at the time of release.
Yeah.
So
Next one is Tales of Symphonia Collection.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that now that you're saying it's both of them, and at least the first one's good.
And here's to show how much I love this game. The first game I've ever beaten in my entire life was Zelda Wind Waker. Second would be Tales of Symphonia because I love that game so much. I couldn't put it down at all. It was and for somebody who gets littered with tons of games, it was just calling for me to finish it.
Yeah. Oh man. And the last one is maybe the One Piece RPG on the 3DS. I didn't even know a One Piece RPG was coming out, so One Piece isn't really my thing. Never really got into that, so.
I like One Piece, but I don't usually buy those types of games.
Yeah.
yeah, basically all my extra money in February is being saved for everything that comes out in March for me. So
Yeah. Yeah, March is going to be a rough month. Man.
But now I'm gonna look it up.
My focus in February is Bravely Default and Lightning Returns. So hopefully I've had a drought for a couple weeks, so I know Bravely Default will not leave my 3DS for a good long time. So
that game's on my shopping list, but I probably won't get it for a couple months.
yeah. Oh man, so excited.
We'll have to hold back on the spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I probably won't be too worried about it.
All right, that's all of our emails and tweets this month. Thank you very much for everyone writing in. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at pickingupthepixels.com. Email us at fans@pickingupthepixels.com. Tweet us at pickingupPixels. There's no the in there because that was way too long for Twitter. If you'd like to visit Musim, you can do so at thecarouselpodcast.com to listen to his other show. And if you like his music, it's very reasonably priced and very good over at listentomusim.com or musim.bandcamp.com. And you can find Mina streaming whatever she's streaming at the moment over at twitch.tv/Minako Rocket. That's MINAKO Rocket. What's on the deck now for what you've been streaming?
I'm actually planning on finishing Zillia next month.
Nice.
Or this month.
There you go. So if you want to see more of Zillia, then tune on in. And if you'd like to check out my other shows, you can do so at e1m1.com. And I think that's all we have. So thank you for joining me, Musim and Mina.
Pleasure as always.
Thank you.
And our adventure continues next month. Alrighty. Thanks everyone for joining us in the live stream. Thanks for chatting with us. See you next month. Bye.
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 Oh, my mouse